You are listening to The Vocal Technologist. Spoken tech for your ears.
Welcome back. Today we're jumping into the very latest in artificial intelligence. There's a lot moving. Our goal here is really to pull out the most important bits and pieces from what's been happening, help you stay ahead of the curve.
Absolutely. And we've got sources covering, well, quite a range. Everything from engineering, best practices, new tools, always some surprising economic stuff, and yeah, the big ethical questions too. We want to give you that shortcut so you feel informed, but not, overwhelmed by it all.
Okay, so let's start with making AI projects actually succeed. What's the secret there? It seems like, from what we're seeing, it's less about the fanciest algorithm and more about, well, solid engineering.
That's exactly right. So many AI initiatives stumble because the underlying engineering isn't quite there.
Like that car sales case study, their AI model finder, cool idea, suggesting cars had only really worked after they completely changed how they developed things.
Right. They brought in test-driven development, TDD, writing tests before the code.
Sounds a bit backwards, but it works, right?
It really does. Makes things incredibly robust.
Yeah.
And they improved team dynamics, got clear deployment pipelines set up.
And the result, faster to market, better ROI. Makes sense.
It really does. It's all about that stable foundation. And this links directly to building more complex AI systems too, like Agentic AI. UserJob, for instance, they're really pushing for a specific structure, a two-tier architecture.
Okay, what does that mean exactly?
Think of it like having lots of little stateless subagents, like tiny workers that do one job, give a result, and then forget everything. No memory.
Stateless. Okay, pure functions almost.
Exactly. And they use these map-reduced patterns, basically breaking big tasks into small parallel ones to keep each job under 30 seconds.
Why under 30 seconds?
It stops things getting incredibly tangled and becoming a nightmare to debug when you have lots of states interacting. Keeps it manageable.
That UserJob idea, the stateless subagents, it sounds really robust, but does that ever cause problems, like if the AI needs to remember things over a longer conversation, or does the top layer handle that?
That's a great question. Yeah, the subagents are stateless, but the orchestrator, that higher level, it manages the flow. It can maintain that context, that memory, by feeding the relevant bits back into the next subagent call. So you get the stability and the continuity. It's quite clever, really.
Ah, okay. Best both worlds.
Pretty much. And these kinds of solid engineering practices, they're enabling some really interesting new things now from the big players in open source.
Definitely. Like Anthropic, they've rolled out Claude Code for their business customers. And Google's Gemini Live, that now has real-time visual stuff, right? Highlighting things via the camera.
Yeah, and deeper integration with Google Suite, plus these new expressive speech patterns. They can change tone, pace, even accent, trying to make it feel more natural.
Interesting. And what's happening in open source?
Well, ByteDance's seed team just released Seed OSS 36B. It's an LLM on Hugging Face.
Okay.
And the context window is huge, 512,000 tokens.
Wow, that's massive. Like reading a whole book in one go.
Pretty much, yeah. Or a huge technical manual. It's a game changer for complex tasks. And they have different versions: synthetic data, non-synthetic to avoid bias, an instruct model, all Apache 2.0.
So accessible, too.
Exactly. That's the push. And on a practical level, you've got things like health chain emerging.
Yeah.
Making it easier to connect AI models into healthcare systems just using Python.
Simplifying deployment, getting it out there.
Right. Moving it from the lab into real applications like diagnostics or patient management.
Okay, so the tech is moving fast. Let's shift gears a bit. What about the wider impact? Business, economy, ethics, Character.AI, for example. That chatbot startup, they're apparently looking at a sale or more funding, could be valued over $1 billion.
Even after the founders left for Google.
Yeah, and they're projected to hit $50 million in revenue this year. It's significant money.
Wow.
But here's the really surprising economic bit. Data center construction, for all this AI infrastructure.
Yeah.
In the first half of 2025, it apparently contributed as much to U.S. GDP growth as consumer spending.
As much as consumer spending. That's huge. Isn't consumer spending normally like 70% in the economy?
Exactly. It actually hid a potential contraction in Q1, apparently. AI-sensitive sectors have driven like 53% of investment growth since 2019.
So it's not just a tech thing anymore. It's fundamentally changing the economic drivers.
Feels like it. Digital infrastructure investment is becoming as basic as people buying stuff.
That is a major shift. And with that kind of influence, the societal questions get bigger too, don't they?
Absolutely.
Like XAI publishing those Grok conversations, they ended up searchable on Google, but users weren't warned when they shared them. Privacy issues there.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
And then you have Microsoft AI CEO Mustafa Suleyman. He's put out this really strong warning about their seemingly conscious AI.
Seemingly conscious AI, what's the concern there?
His worry is that we could start getting deluded, thinking these AIs deserve rights, legal protections. He talk about model welfare. Premature, even risk.
Wow, okay. That's a heavy warning. The idea that we might get tricked by how real AI seems, that definitely opens up a whole can of worms, doesn't it?
It really does.
It forces us to think about how we react psychologically, socially, not just technically. So wrapping up this whirlwind look at where AI is heading, what's the one thing that really stands out for you from all this?
Seeing how fast everything's moving, the engineering, the economy, even our ideas about consciousness, the biggest thing for me is, well, it's not just can we innovate, but how do we do it responsibly? How do we make sure all this incredible power actually serves us well without causing huge problems we didn't anticipate? That's the ongoing conversation, isn't it? For all of us.
Yeah.
Spoken Tech for your ears.